everyone to care. This global illness, leave everyone to care. Now wherever, 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 wherever you go, you go. Yes, we know we must win. We will fight this thing called cancer. We are champions. We are black people. We like it. We will win, win. Yes, we know we must win. We will fight this thing called cancer. We are champions. We are black people. We like it. We will win, win. If we fight for one love, we won't fail if we fail love. We will overcome. Prostate cancer wherever. No matter what we do, we know we fail at all. We know we fail at all. We know they move forward. We know they give up for love. Because I care, you care. Yes, we know we must win. We will fight this thing called cancer. We are champions. We are black people. We like it. We will win. Yes, we know we must win. We will fight this thing called cancer. We are champions. We are black people. We like it. We will win.
Trust me, you will be okay. You'll fight through it. I am fine. I'm 45 now. I feel great. I can go to the gym and work out with the big dogs. Trust me, I can. And that's after me having prostate and really lost everything. I have no strength or none of that. But I work myself back up where I'm at. I feel great. It can happen, guys. Trust me on this.
Hi everyone.
Hello, hello.
Hi. Good afternoon, and welcome to the. Mr. Blojoko, you're really smiling today. Did you win a lottery? Did you win that lottery? I can't hear you. I think you're muted. Am I muted? No, muted. You're really smiling. We still can't hear you. Can you let us in? We still can't hear you. And it looks like, yeah, we still can't hear. Dr. Su, can you say words? I just want to be sure we can hear
Yeah,
you.
I
Yeah.
cannot hear the Bojoko yet.
Oh, okay. We can't hear you. It looks like you may need to reconnect. Can you try to reconnect?
English cannot hear us either.
You can't hear us. Oh wow. We still can't hear you, Dr. Paula Joko. Okay. Let's see if she can reconnect. In the meantime, how are you? How are you doing, Dr. Zoo?
Yeah, still in the process of grant writing.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can
That's
reach
what we are
it.
talking about today. Say that
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, still, how to say,
Yeah.
wrapping up the grant application. But
Yeah.
maybe.
Same here. It's a wonderful experience, and I'm happy we will really be talking about it today.
Yeah, that's the season.
Yeah. Oh boy, I didn't know. Tell me about it. Yeah. Today, not unfortunately, but we do not have Dr. Borna with us as
Mhm.
well. She's had to step away. Okay, Dr. Kulajoko is joining back. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kulajoko,
Hello.
can you? Let's see. I think
Can you
still
hear me?
can't hear.
Oh,
Can
Can
hear
you
you
hear me?
now. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah.
can hear you. You suddenly went mute when I asked you why you were smiling. So we were
no,
asking why you were smiling.
I said it's because we're discussing very interesting topic today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were smiling like someone that had this very good news. But anyway, seeing you always makes us happy. Yeah, seeing ourselves always makes us happy. Like I mentioned, Dr. Borna is not with us today. And we already actually, and Dr. Zhu already let the cat out of the bag. She already talked about grant writing, and that's what we also want to talk about today. Um, um, it would be nice for us to also share with people our experiences and what it has been for us and insights and how we've been able to manage. Interestingly, we all have families and multitasking. I already spoke with Dr. Balajoko very early this morning. I heard her son in the car, heard her son's voice in the car, So it'll be nice to let people in and see that we are all real human beings going through challenges as well, but also trying to make it work. And so again, our topic for today will be on grant writing season. So it's still not over, and we are still at it. But for now, we just wanted to do some more like temperature check, and on what's been going on, what's been done, what we are doing, and what we probably could do better. And for me, it's really a learning process. And so I will be listening more, and taking from all of you. And so we will. Do we need to do an intro again? Do you think so? No. Our names are even here already. So I don't think so. But let's dive in. What does this season represent for you? And in no particular order. And what aspects of the grant writing season, right, has felt most difficult or unexpectedly time consuming. Yeah, it doesn't have, I mean, anyone can chip in.
For me, the aspects that I find very interesting and to be honest is very time consuming is getting the attention of collaborators. Knowing that they probably have a grant that they're about to submit as well and trying to share their time with me. It's a really big deal. And interestingly, Dr. Dedina told me, I know she says it a lot that we should deal with those things that are not dependent on us. She would always
Who?
say that we should deal well. We should make sure we do have things that are not dependent on us. We should like the budget, like so many things that collaborators will be doing. We should make sure that we get what we wanted from them before we get into the process, really. But no, sometimes, when you send out stuff, emails to collaborator, and you already put the deadline, their mind is on the deadline as well. They just think, okay, it's still September. And then before you know it, everybody is scrambling for time, trying to get people's attention. And many times their contribution, it's really really important, is germane to the success of the writing itself. Their thoughts are also as important as yours. So that's, I find, always, every year, it's always been that way. Very challenging.
Thank
Yeah,
you. I think you summarized everything, but I'm sure Dr. Zoo has something to also
yeah.
add.
I just yeah, I agree with that Bojaka said, and for me, I feel so the grant application is not just about scientific writing, which is familiar with us because we have trained a lot in the PhD program. Instead, the grant application is like a teamwork. It's very much team effort. So you have to coordinate across multiple sectors and collaborators and administrative side, scientific side, and also gathering all of the required components, especially for the federal grants, like other support documents or letters of support. I think that's time consuming and sometimes challenging because people have different schedule, different competing priorities. So that's what I felt.
Um, for me, yeah, I'll just build on what you both have said because you really checked the boxes. And for me, really, it's like I mentioned that it's also a learning curve. Um, is really not much more about what is within me, like having to write my part of the paper, but much more about the external, like last week, meeting deadlines that are externally relevant to the paper, like meeting institutional deadlines and all that. Those are the ones that make me nervous because, like I was talking with Dr. Bolajuk, how do you even know you're not missing one of the things that you're supposed to, and and all of that. So checking the boxes really is, going through. Like I have my documents here, I have papers that are printed all over the house. These are all requirements that you have to submit your documents with. So I'm literally checking each one, and just to make sure that you are keeping tabs on what should. So it's really not, for me, it's not what I can control, because I'm sure I can at least write to address the requirement, but all of the other supporting requirements that are not, that could potentially fall through the cracks. Those have been what, been going back and forth, going through past submissions just to make sure that I haven't missed any. So yes, so in addition to what you have mentioned, mentors feedback, and even all those other external requirements. Those are the things that for me are really time consuming. And we will move on to our other questions. And I think this one is very interesting. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we all have competing demands. Like again, I keep referring to my Dr. Bola this morning. I could hear her son's voice in the car, and I don't know where she was driving him to. So how do we balance with other responsibilities? And what strategies actually work? For me, I have a different voice tone, when I'm at home or when I'm doing, it's like changing, switching hat. So I like to hear everybody's on. So, how have you been able to balance? I know somebody has not slept, some people are not sleeping. How are we coping? How are we doing all that?
I think for me, I'd like to go many times when I do have some of this type of grant, especially that needs a lot of attention for a lot of days. I have a gift of sleeping. I sleep well. So many times I do change my pattern. I sleep early. I can just sleep like 7 or
Yeah,
8.
you told me you slept at 6 the other day. 6 p.m. Dr. Zoo, can you imagine? She slept around 6
I
p.m.
just sleep. Because when they're at home and they're all over the place, like 7, 8, I just sleep. Then I'll wake up by 2 or 1. Then I can wake up later when they had gone to bed and have all my things lined out before we wake up again to start school runs. So that is one thing I normally do. And the good thing is I go to work sometimes. And if I'm working from home, they are in school. So because I know that as soon as they come back, there's always question, there are people fighting, reporting each other. Then I know that I have to do, then I'll switch to things that doesn't need so much attention. I mean, that doesn't need my full concentration. So I switch to those other things. Then I'll be waiting for my sleep time. So I believe that that's many times it does help me. I just switch gear, I just change my pattern immediately and start sleeping early and waking up. That's a lot of things I do.
Okay, so what gear were you on this morning?
What?
This morning, what gear were you on?
Oh, this. Oh no, of course,
That
by
was
the time
school runs.
by 6 a.m. is on school run. So until
So that was school runs.
that was school
Yeah.
runs.
Okay.
That was school
Mm,
runs.
that's nice. Yeah. What about you, Dr. Zoo?
I cannot imagine the without enough sleepness. How can, especially after one day of balancing work and family, I usually very burnout after 10 p.m. uh, sometimes start at 9 p.m. So first of all, I want to have enough sleepness and then stay calm when there are so many tasks in front of you. So and then I will break the work into some smaller, manageable steps and use some reminder tool to help me keep track of the deadlines. So basically, yeah, this is my strategy, kind of mentally and technologically.
Interesting. For me, something always has to give. There is no balancing. I'm yet to see that superwoman that has it all figured out. Please, if you see her, let me tell her that I'm looking for her. Because I have a thing or two to learn. So for me, there is something always has to give. But the good thing is that we believe that this is a very short-lived experience, and as much as you can within your control. For me, what has really I have that has really been affected is maybe my sleep time. I now have to stay up. Yeah, I think last week I was up till morning, and I'm not even kidding because I had to change the direction of a draft. I know it's not a big thing. Most people who are in this field who write also stay up late when it had to. So that has been that. And thankfully, my family I want to believe in faith that they are very understanding, because there are so many missed calls. I'm like, I'll call you back later. I'll call you back later. Because especially even when I'm thinking, because I don't want to lose my thoughts or my train of thoughts. At that point, I also don't even want someone to, because I could easily lose it. So I'm always having to, I will call you back as a default. But other than that, again, something always has to give a little. But I drink a lot of chamomile tea at night just to help me calm down. I try to exercise, not as much as Dr. Bonner, but as much as I can, just to have reading. Yes. All right, moving on. I'd like us to let's talk about mental support, because we know that it is very helpful, especially for this stage. For us, that most times I always need another pair of eyes to look over what I'm doing, because besides even the imposter syndrome, you're not even sure you're crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's. What area, what kinds of mental support have been most helpful in this period for us?
Okay, I'll go. For me, the part that have been most helpful for me is the opportunity. To be honest, I had opportunity to speak with two of my mentors freely, that I could quickly ask question, send a chat through mobile text, and then they give me some reply. And then I also, because one of the things, like when we attended the Lost in Translation grant writing workshop, one thing I learned was to also, sometimes it's nice to really talk it through, to talk about it, not necessarily writing, to just be able to talk about it. Like you keep talking about it until you become comfortable talking about it. So I found that very helpful. But like my two mentors, they were available to talk and go through, and Dr. Dedina was fantastic to go through the, I mean, she asked for the review from the past grants, and she really critiqued the way I responded to those grants, to those comments, the reviewers' comments. So I believe I got her feedback. So to me, it's actually having that opportunity to talk that I really got really well. And it's very helpful because it helped me shape my thinking process entirely. Like when somebody says something, where is, what about, then I probably am not talking about that. If you're going to write where is, that conversation takes just, that's just about 5 seconds conversation. I say, where is, okay, where are your expert panel? That's just about five. But if she's going to have to write that, she'll spend more than 5 minutes to put that email together. So, and she did give me that opportunity to call in, and also she did also had opportunity to read and provide a detailed written feedback, systematic and step by step, especially about responding to gaps that have been earlier identified. So that helped me a lot. That's that part that helped me, and I really wanted that part.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Dr.
Dr. Z.
Rivers too. I was able to talk to Dr. Rivers and talked. I mean, we're in Nigeria together, so I had several opportunities to think out. We thought out a lot of things together, and then so that was very helpful.
Okay. Yeah. Dr. Zu, Dr. Zu, you're always very, you look very like you always have it all together. Like, so when I wanted to ask that question, I'm just going to take it back. I was going to mention it. When we were going to ask the question about, how to put things, stay, be in the middle and be in control of everything. I didn't think that was a question that you would have a challenge with. You always look like you have it all together. Like,
Just
under
try to
control.
just
Ah,
calm. Yeah, I'm
oh,
just kidding.
Right.
yeah, you
No,
always look like you have it all together. So, so how do you, for real, yeah, how do you mind, what areas of your mentor's support or mental support did you find very helpful?
yeah,
Or
maybe
you
one
have
of the
wished for?
reason. Thank you, thank you. Even though it's not that real, because behind the scene, yeah,
Oh,
I
the idea is
always
real life before. All right.
yeah, yeah, also anxious, yeah, because
Oh, you
yeah,
don't
that's
look it
great.
at all.
Grand appreciation, not a small things, right?
You
And
always
yeah,
look very together.
thank you, thank you. And I think one of the reason I can still stay kind of calmness, because I did receive a lot of support from our mentor, Dr. Dina. So yeah, she has purposely trained us in the writing grants, and very responsive to our request for the grants writing review. Despite she has very busy schedule, so I really appreciate she is able to provide detailed feedbacks on our writings, and help us sharpen our specific aims, and help us streamline the language, sometimes even give us some language examples. And so very detailed, very helpful, informative. And also for us, when we are writing the grants, it's easy for us to get stuck in our own perspective. We always, how to say, unconsciously assume the viewer can understand what we are delivering, and the viewer has the same knowledge background, or they can understand what we want to do in the proposal, what impact or outcomes we want to reach. But actually, it's not true. So, and so also we have learned a lot from uh, the leader, soul to soul, the grant training. So the perspective from reviewer is very helpful for at least myself. I feel it's another pair of eyes help me to see what I have delivered in this proposal. Is it understandable to reviewers, and what's needed in the perspective of the reviewer to see the impact or the innovation, or the how to say, feasibility of the proposal. So yeah, I really appreciate the perspective from the reviewers, and gladly Dr. Ina has so much extensive experience with the grant review, and so that's what I feel the most helpful. And for what I wish for more guidance, so it also depends on the experience with the grant. So yeah, still I hope to learn some guidance on the strategic decisions. So for example, when to lead or versus collaborate on the grants, can win a grant, increase the probability to win a grant, or how to build a effective research team, how to identify the right collaborators. I think that's another level of techniques in put together the grants application. So, and if there's a chance, I hope to hearing about the journey and lesson learned throughout the way.
Wow, that's really deep. Thank you, Dr. Z. Yeah, that speaks volume and actually speaks for all of us. Yeah. And yeah, I also just want to build on that as well, and on what Dr. Joko has said. Yeah. On that Dr. Dedino would even help with the reframing. What I've also found very helpful, she doesn't only just do the reframing, she adds the citation. I don't know if you guys have, if you notice, she adds the citation. So to make takes a step away from the process for me. Like she even adds the citation to where she pulled the work from. And she's just about the second person I've seen do that. I hope to adopt that in the future when I, because I don't think it's it to be when I become a mentor, in that capacity. Yeah, when my advisor used to do that in the university too. Like when she changes something, she puts it, and it takes it goes. It means that the person has to go an extra mile just to be able to do that. So she's really made it very easy and not easy, very helpful. And my prayer always is when I hear it's okay now, you can submit it. Like when I heard with my specific aims, I was so happy. There's this relief, like it's okay, like that word, it's good now, it's something that I actually always, that really makes the day for me. All my mentors and co-mentors, especially on the care, have been very responsive, like very, very responsive. I think that's a question we'll have to talk on number 4, and very helpful, a lot, but very helpful. And they've all been responsive. And I would take it, I would choose that over a very passive, role or very passive roles. They've all been very active and very, their comments, their feedbacks are like pages, and it has a lot, yeah, more work. But I'll choose that over passivity. Someone who, when there is nothing, so that means they're actually reading my work. And so, yes, that's that for me. And moving on, still talking about mentors and feedback and comments. Yeah, how have we been able to cope with receiving? How have you also been able to cope with it? I don't know if you've had challenges where maybe situations where the conflicting feedback, from different mentors. So how have we managed? This is usually the most for me, and I believe it is for everybody, because when you really after writing for hours and days, and then it comes back with feedback, like red pen. My former advisor literally will use something like a red pen and rule the whole thing. So it's almost like you're starting afresh. It can be a little discouraging and all that, but it's still part of the learning process. So how have we been able to manage all of this, especially when your feedback? For me, I don't open my email immediately when I get feedback from I don't open it immediately. I come back to it. So for us, how do you cope? How do you manage? How do you integrate? I know it's not just us, anyone who's in this field, even reviewers, when we submit manuscripts, we get all that. But for this particular one, how have we managed? And especially if you've had conflicting feedback from the different mentors, we'd like to know about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can go.
for me, when I receive some feedback, okay, the first thing when I open it and it's a lot, I just go. Sometimes if I have time, if I'm very together to respond, I start. And then, but if I'm not together to respond and start work on it, I can just go on and do other things and come back. And but one of the things I've learned is those feedback are very important to me because it just shows that I have someone who is not thinking the way I am thinking, who is helping me clarify my thoughts. So, like you said, sometimes it can be very, very interesting when you see feedback. I mean, especially of course, if you're using Microsoft Track Changes, you see all the red and
Red.
everything. And then you're like, so which one is mine here? Where did everything I did, like, oh my God. It's always interesting. And it's very interesting, but I don't take it personally though. But I just feel like, ooh, sometimes I'm like, ooh, okay. I know that I have a lot of work to do. I have to refocus. And when I have conflicting feedbacks, sometimes if I have opportunity, I can ask additional question. Because sometimes even some of those feedback, I don't take in everything. I do if I need to clarify some things, especially if I think that the concept is changing. I may need to clarify to find out And really, because what it tells me is that I did not explain well. That is one thing that it tells me, that I have not explained well. Because the truth about grant and even manuscript is that if you will not be there to explain further or to provide reason. So it means that whatever I have written, or however I have written it, is not clear. So it's a really great sign for me that I need to improve on expression. So, and if I need further clarification, I do have, and I have opportunity to clarify, I do clarify. And if it's conflicting, I'd have to go with the one that goes well with my thoughts. I mean,
Aligns more
intention,
with.
one that aligns more with the intention of that grant. But it's still my fault that I was not able to convince the reviewer or the reader. I was not able to express what I meant in clear terms. So it means I need to still really work on my expression and my writing.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that you call it interesting when you see all that feedback. And honestly, when you think about it, I would rather I have feedback than someone tells me, "Oh, it's okay, submit it." I don't even believe my work is perfect as is, because that's why that word critic is there. So if you tell me it's all good, I would doubt it. At least there must be something that. So
I'll
yes.
give you an example. There was this grant that we wrote. I provided a draft and I sent it out to the person, I mean, the group. We had a tech group, and I sent it out to them, and they did not return any feedback. I told Dr. Dedina that no, I
No,
do not
it's not
agree
possible.
that there's something wrong, that they did not even
Yeah.
cancel anything. I am not a tech expert. I provided a draft to a tech expert, and I didn't see any changes made to what I wrote. I told Dr.
Mhm.
that, and we both agreed that we need to bring another person, we need to bring another reviewer, because we expected that they would, I
Yeah.
mean, rewrite it, because I am
Yeah.
not. I only just provided my thoughts the way I think it should be. So I was expecting a lot of. So to me, when I send stuff out like that, I really do expect a lot of critique.
Yeah. So he's
And we had to bring
registered.
it. Yeah, we
He
brought
was
in another,
registered in us. Huh? You
we
said?
brought in another person for that grant.
Oh, really? And the person self brought
Yes,
provided
yes.
feedback. You see
Now,
that?
I mean, almost rewrote everything. That part.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a
And
bad flag if there's no feedback.
yeah, if he comes back, I won't even turn it in. I'll be like, okay, maybe, oh no. So maybe it's also registered in our subconscious that he always has to come back with some red inks on it. So yes, and for me, if there just has to be some feedback, like we just said, if it comes back clean, no, maybe that, to me, maybe my work wasn't even that good enough, that it
Oh,
wasn't
it
even
wasn't
worth
great.
being read. Yeah, it wasn't worth the reviewers while. So but if someone takes that time to put pen down their thoughts, that means this is potentially viable. This is a potential work that we can improve on. And I like how you framed it. So it probably means you didn't express it clearly. So I like that, and that's what I'm going to adopt. So anytime I see those red inks, it means maybe I have to, yeah, I didn't explain it well, not that you did something wrong. Yeah. So thank you so much. What about you, Dr. Zoo?
Yeah,
How do
yeah, I
you
totally agree. Yeah, I feel your discussion is helpful as well for me. And unfortunately, I don't have much experience with negotiating conflict in flag, but I do have an example to share for the last year's DoD grant application. We have received reviewers' comments, and for the method part, two reviewers uh, interpret the methodology differently, actually. So one felt the data analysis strategy was appropriate, incorporating both descriptive and inferential analysis. But for the other reviewer, he or she just criticized it's being over descriptive. So at the beginning, I feel confused. So I and step back and try to understand why reviewers will interpret the proposal so differently. So yeah, I just reflect it and see how to improve the way I presented the methodology and change the wording, sentence, or the structure, how I organize the data analysis strategies, and yeah, just to improve the clarity of the writing, so make it easier to for a reviewer to interpret.
But the feedback you got, they were not conflicting.
It's kind of conflicting because the second reviewer has a has a very point out this as a weakness, but
And
the
the other
other,
one
yeah,
didn't think so.
yeah, didn't think so. So yeah, I treat this as conflicting feedback.
So how did you handle it? Which did you defer to? Which of the two reviewers did you defer to?
uh, prefer to.
Defer to, so which one did you move lean
Yeah,
toward?
yeah, I got it. So yeah, obviously I will link to the one they criticized because that means something, some problems did exist in the writing, at least in my perspective. So yeah, it's not hard to improve the clarity of the writing, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah, it's for me really like rewriting my thoughts, and working back. It requires you to work back, and that's why I said most times I don't even engage with the work immediately. I take my eyes away, and then just that we don't have time. But if we had time, I really would want to like maybe step away for a day and then come back to it. But most times we don't even have that time, and you have to dig in immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me, it's also having to really interpret it in the way that they have suggested so that it makes more meaning. Because I'm already, I wouldn't say fixed, but this is how I'm thinking that it is. So usually it's, so most times I might even request a meeting with the mentor, which is what I have been doing. Like I request meetings. Like I have a meeting today with someone. I'm with one of my co-mentors, and I go through and then I ask you those very pertinent areas. What you mean? Would you rather I have it? And then it becomes more of a dialogue because most times I may not also even see where they are coming from. So most times when I have feedback, I usually would want a one-on-one, so that way expressing, or I am clarifying what I mean. Like Dr. Bola Joko said, sometimes you don't always have to change everything. So I always want, but I want a situation where I'm able to express myself, and then the person might say, okay, you need to reframe this area so that it aligns well or something. But yeah, I usually would require a one-on-one to really understand, because if you leave me, I might still express myself maybe in a different language but in the same way, and it's still not making adding or strengthening my argument or something. So for me, I always will require maybe just a little follow-up, maybe, so for more clarity. Interesting questions and interesting feed responses from everyone. Let's talk about the proposal, the stories. What took us longest? The longest. Which area did we really find very difficult? Like
The
for me,
innovation.
I would say was
You know,
conceptualization. Huh?
I do my is innovation,
Yeah,
articulate
yeah.
how to articulate the innovation of the concept. I think I remember this time I had to even send one long text message to Dr. Dead, because I've written it again and again. I write it again. I look at it, it's not sounding, I mean, I just
Doesn't
didn't.
sound not sounding.
No, it's not together. So I just so for me, this particular one is the innovation because, and it was one of the critique that I received about the question about the innovation section and things like that. And I really wanted it to be very good and stand out and things.
So how did you fix it?
Yeah, Dr. Dedino helped me to fix it. The my other collaborator, Dr. Che, helped as well. So, it just took some of those collaboration and to really hear their thoughts to help me because it's not that I don't know what I want to do, it's articulating it
Yeah.
nicely.
The words are in there, but
It's articulating it and not edging and not overstating or overclaiming what the concept is. So they were able to help me figure it out.
Dr. Sue, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thinking for me, it might still be the specific aims and the strategy to realize them
Mhm.
because there are so many things to consider. You see, first we need to think what research questions we want to address in this proposal, and what activities we propose is aligned with the research question, also aligned with the priorities of the funding program and the grant timeline is feasible. And so yeah, and also we'll consider the budget if it can support is a pilot study or clinical trials. And so it's not just delivering an idea. We need to think about the rationale, feasibility, and many financial factors. And we don't want to be overclaimed in the proposal, otherwise you cannot convince the reviewer, but receive many criticisms. So yeah, that's where I feel I spend a lot of time to think through it, really think carefully about that.
Thank you. For me, I now that you mentioned it, it took me almost 3 months or more to come up with a specific aims page, and that was just one page. A lot of iterations back and forth, conceptualizing to tell a compelling story. It's even though we said it was a solid draft and we sent it, I'm seeing feedback already on the proposed or supposed solid draft. I'm already seeing feedback on that. So for me, it took me almost, I would say, good 3 4 months. Yeah, because if you even look at it, you see version one, version two, version. So the last one was the version 7 or 6. So that's how much iterations, back and forth. That so for me, that was even it, and it took me that time to, and I couldn't really move forward without having it established. So that was the hardest part, and Dr. Odedina was also very helpful to come in and also help with it. So what about methodological sections? Did we have any challenge? Like,
Yes, I did. I did have a challenge with my methodology, I mean, the research strategy section. And because that part, I needed the tech experts to help me review and rewrite because I know that whatever draft I have there is not sufficient. Remember, I told you when we talked on phone that I'm just going to have to submit as a placeholder while I continue to see how to get the attention of the tech experts to help me look at it very well, critically, which that was exactly what I did because I knew that if this thing I've written is nice, but I know it's not my field and I'm not an expert in that area that I need, I mean, the iteration, the verbiage, the the terms to be used, and especially the technology that needs to be used that will be able to deliver the concept. I'm not versed in it, even though I have an idea from just speaking here and there and reading, but that doesn't translate to actual, telling a
Expertise.
compelling story or becoming an expert in that field. So that's part, it's always been challenging, especially when I have to, like the one I told you about, the one I talked about earlier, that when I sent it out and the person did not reply, replied and did not mention anything, I felt like, no, we need somebody to look
Wasn't
at it again.
wasn't read.
Yeah, that then this time too, I did have the same challenge because I just wanted a feedback, especially on that part. So when I was writing to the tech expert, Dr. Che, I specifically send that part, told him I wanted to work on this, and I also attached the reviewer's comment from the last submission on that particular part so that he knows what they said and what should be done, especially the kind of technology we want to use and things like that. So for me, that research strategy really took a beat. It took a lot of time for it to really come together, and at least it should sound convincing to me before it even sound convincing to anyone. So if personally I do not think it's convincing, I know that it is not.
Yeah.
That's very well
For me,
said.
yeah. You were going to
Yeah,
say something, Dr. Sue?
yeah, I just want to, yeah, follow Dr. Bajaka's comment. I want to add, yeah, it really takes some time to refine the methodology section, especially our program currently are most transdisciplinary or multidisciplinary program. We are not using one aspect of the area knowledge. We actually have combined many components in the proposal. For example, my is communication, decision making, and some are AI components, technology components, some are evaluation or implementation science, and especially for the technology side, it's really not my expertise. So when I drafting the methodology section, me first have to learn a lot uh, in drafting the procedural to conduct a study and the what measurement we want to measure in the process, and if the measurements can help answer questions in the specific aims and get findings that help us refine the AI model. So, for example, in this time, the DoD grant application, we have received criticize on the aspect where we didn't address in the first version. That's the motion sickness of the VR technology you proposed in the proposal. So I have to reach out to the VR experts and have a meeting with them to learn what's the cutting edge technology to address the motion sickness in the VR. And in our case, is it expected a lot of motion sickness because we don't have a very dramatic physical motion involved in the tour, and also how to measure the discomfort during the VR interaction experience. So learn a lot of new measurements and in other area. So this all take time to put them together in this transdisciplinary proposal. So and make it looks recent and also consistent and comprehensive, also easier understanding to the reviewers. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned multidisciplinary, Dr. Zhu. Yeah, and it's not without challenges. Yeah, for me, with the K that I'm drafting, like the place that I've found most, I haven't gotten to the technology part, but the part that I had to, I've been working back to back with the clinicians is the participant recruitment. So apparently we need patients who have invasive, cancer diagnosis. And you on the surface is just cancer, but there are certain levels, more granular details, that you require, like
Exactly.
there were some names they mentioned. So, and then the entry points, the tumor markers, the tumor registrar, then electronic. I have an idea of electronic records, but some of these things, that you don't know. And what I did was I told I worked with them to just give me a draft of what they do, all the markers, for all that language, to put it out and potentially describe, simulate a recruitment process. So that was a challenge, because I wanted to be sure that I was using those particular terms, and there were some things he put, but again, because it's also yeah, we also have to make it very comprehensible for um maybe not just an average, but someone who may have limited understanding to also really understand. But that was definitely a very challenging. It's still, because we're still going back and forth, and even on the community level, I went to the community health center yesterday to look at their qualifying processes, patient qualifying processes. So there are so many technicalities that I definitely would need help with defining a very structured and realistic um, participant recruitment aspect of the methodology section. But I haven't even looked at the other piece, like the technology component. I don't know how challenging. I envisage there will be some level of challenge, because we have to defer to the experts. But this has been my story so far, and this has been my experience so far. And also because I kind of like more of quantitative analysis. So because this would also include some level of grounded theory, qualitative, I had to, even though I've done some of that, but I had to really make sure that there was some, what we call rigor in the methodology, that I applied rigor, make it look very systematic, that you're doing some work. So having to go back to the books, Strauss and Corbin, all those deductive, not deduct, inductive, and making sure that I check all the boxes. That has been my challenge. But more importantly, the medical aspect, that has been my challenge.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
I think, yeah, that
We
has
can
been
all
my.
relate to that.
I became a doctor in 2 days, like overnight. I knew I became a medical doctor. Like I could tell the differences with pre-cancer, that one invasive. Yeah, I learned all that. Okay,
Yeah.
so our time is really fast spent, but this is something I want to really talk about. What helped you maintain? What has been helping you? Because it's not over. What has really been helping you maintain momentum, especially during slow periods? That I don't know if what, but there are periods where you can't even write. Writer's block. If you experience that, there are slow periods when you really can't even write. You want to write, but and how have you managed? How have you navigated that tide? And what has helped you maintain momentum? Some people watch Korean movies that they are not even watching. They'll just switch it on and leave it in the living room and be doing their work. So what has been your how have you maintained momentum?
I think for me, it's just to simply pause the cognitive work for a moment. Yeah, doing some simple physical work like housework chores. Yeah, just let the brain take a break and then come back
Like
clear
like
mind.
like you said, like take a pause. But what do you, because it becomes a void, what do you do when you take that pause? When you pause, what do you do?
When I pause, when I feel my brain is stuck, I cannot
Yeah,
focus
what
more.
do you do instead?
Yeah, just simple physical work, chores, housework chores,
House
or
chores?
yeah, or just work, or just playing with the kids.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was going to say that. I just switched gear.
I thought yours was Korean movie.
Yeah, that's no, no, it's not all the time. Now some of
Okay.
those maybe I've finished all of them. No, I don't know. I mean, so what I this time there's no time for movie because there's also school.
School.
Many times when children I mean, when the school has resumed, I try to kind of control television screen time. And
Absolutely.
so but many times I switch to a lot of other things like listening to them, playing. We can do, I mean, that's when, okay, hey, what did you say happened to your blah, 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 blah. Then sometimes, then I do have a church. So if there's a church program, I'll go and, I mean, go for meetings or, or even, or cook. I can, many times there might just be something I really wanted to cook. I'll just cook, and then I can get like my younger kids. Oh, come and see how I told you how we are supposed to be cooking this. So I just do some of those things. I do a lot of, many times I cook or just go out if there's a meeting somewhere. Then I do have some of my friends that live around, so I could go to their house.
Oh, that's nice. I can't remember the last time I did like friends outing. Yeah. Yeah, that must be helpful. For me,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, for me I just pause. I do nothing. Like I could just nothing and just sit on the couch or I try to go to the gym. Yes, I try to go to the gym or take a long walk. And by the time you know it, I'll call. I always have the backlog of missed calls. So trying to catch up. My daughter is very engaging. She can keep me on the phone for 2 hours. And with her, I can be very passive. So I'm doing the listening and she's talking. So it's very helpful. You know, yeah. Oh, yeah. Something somehow. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and there's one other thing I do. I just go to the mall. Yo, let's go to Costco. Then we'll go to Costco or Walmart or it's okay, like because there are
Something always
stores
comes out
around.
of my pocket when I do that.
Yeah,
You
of
can't
course.
do window shopping. So
No,
I
I
like
have
you.
learned to I have learned to
It's
window
very
shop. Just go.
yeah, if you do that, something just make sure your pocket there's something
Oh
in the
no,
card.
I can
Yeah,
do it with just $50. I'll just go round and then we'll just go round and walk. Oh, this is really good. Okay, I really love my little daughter. She knows how to window shop and she loves going to the mall. Oh, Charisma, let's go to the mall. Let's go to Walmart. We'll just go there and be back. I've been to a I think there was a time we went to Target. Don't say I told you. What we bought was something of $2 and we came out. In fact, it was
she's not wait till
I
she
just
wait till she turns 16. Wait till she
no,
gets she becomes
I
she
won't
gets
take her
older.
then.
You know the
I won't take
difference.
her then. I won't follow her. I
Yeah,
will tell her not to follow me. So I just take her with me and then we'll just walk around.
just be moving around. Yeah. I can't believe we've spent 1 hour. For me, this is really helpful.
Right.
This is even therapeutic if you ask me. I mean, I'm laughing.
It
Yeah.
is.
What do you think, Dr. Zoo?
oh yeah,
This
yeah.
has all
Same
right.
here.
Yeah.
I just want to say, yeah, the
Yeah. It's
shopping is
been,
not the
it's
therapy.
been, yeah.
Yeah, especially some mall has beautiful music, calming music. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
distract you from the heavy cognitive work in the office, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
But I can't believe we've spent 1 hour already. And for me, this has really helped me. I've been up since my head is cool now. It has settled in, and thank you, ladies. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you. I laugh all the time when I'm around. Yeah, there's always something to laugh at, but even just looking at ourselves, we just start laughing. So thank you for the good energy that you all bring. We miss Dr. Barna. I hope next
Yeah, we miss her.
definitely miss
We
her.
miss her.
Yeah, and so this is us from Chirp Lab. We hope to connect again next session.
Yeah.
And
Thank
thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.